Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on this for a while because life just gets busy, you know. It's been half term, all of this stuff getting back to normal, if you like, it's been a little bit overwhelming. But I thought I'd just start by doing this video about what I wish I knew before I became a florist. I thought it's going to be amazing. It's all going to be about flowers, it's all going to be about pretty, nice, colourful flowers. And I learned within the first week that that is not what it was about, because I started off originally being a Saturday girl anyway. So I was doing sort of like the jobs that keep the shop running whilst the florists were busy doing the floral arrangements and stuff like that. So yeah, to start off with, it isn't all about pretty flowers. You sort of learn very quickly that there are some jobs that are a lot harder than others. So for argument's sake, like my typical day would have been getting there, cleaning the actual shop, then cleaning the buckets. Now let me tell you, if you haven't had any experience yet, there is no explaining of the flowers that are like a week old, the smell that comes from it. Like you can't explain it, you can't express it. But it's all very much like the maintaining of a shop and the cleanliness of it, and the conditioning of flowers, stripping the flowers, all of the thorns, your hands don't stay nice for too long. But yeah, it isn't all flowers. It's all very hands-on. And you always have a list as long as your arm to get through, and even when you feel like you've done half of the list, you actually haven't. So that is number one. Number two, I would say and I've learnt this from having my own business now as well, more so now than I did when I was actually working in a florist. You're not just selling flowers, you're not just selling the bouquet, you're selling everything with it. So this one sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but I would sort of say you have to value everything that comes with the job and with making a flower arrangement, bouquet, whatever it is. You're not just selling the flower, you have to take into consideration the 4 o'clock starts in the morning, the hours that you put into it, the service behind it, your labour, delivery, everything really. So you're never just marking up and selling flowers. You're selling yourself, you're selling your brand, you're selling your talent. So I would definitely take into consideration, again, it's just pricing. I've mentioned it before. You sort of have to go, firstly, obviously competitive, but then you have to take into consideration what you value, or where you hold yourself, and your talents and your work. Number three is it is hard work. Like I've seen a few TikToks with like other florists, and they're like, everyone wants to become a florist until, and my top three in the video were 4 AM starts, never having nice hands, nice nails, backache, your whole body literally aches, like you're on your feet unless you're at lunch, and even then lunch is like moving, you're on the move whilst you're doing it, so like your body aches. And then the last one was customers not appreciating or valuing your time and talent. So they were my top four, and this is what I mean by it's such hard work. And I think, I'm not too sure if customers and like just society actually appreciate the hard work that goes into it. And it's with every job kind of thing, you know. It's like you don't, unless you're shown what's going on behind the scenes, people don't really, I don't know about most industries, I only know about mine. But it is really, really hard work. It isn't just getting up and making some bouquets and delivering it. It's everything in between it, and like trying to keep afloat, trying to keep up with trends, trying to be competitive whilst you're still trying to keep your customers happy. These are just a couple quick ones. finding the right flowers. I always thought, oh, when you go to the wholesalers, and I mean, I haven't been for so long, and I'm so happy that Cash and Carry is open again, because I get to physically go there and pick the flower, and I haven't been able to do that since like last March. So I'm so excited about that. But you don't realise how much time you can, that it just flies by when you're at the wholesalers. Like when you go to pick the flower physically, like it'll all be exactly the same flower, exactly the same colour, and you think that this is what it's going to be. It isn't. Every single flower is completely different, and the picking of the flower can be so time consuming. Like I've fully spent like 2 hours before picking flowers. It is so strange and such a bizarre thing that you go through when you're at the wholesalers, but I love it and I can't wait to get back in one. The next one is, I wish I knew how heavy flour was, because it doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look as heavy as what it's going to be, but they are honestly so, and it's part of why I've got bad backs and all of this sort of stuff, but they are so much heavier than what they actually look, which is a really bizarre one. I thought that was like a little weird fun fact. The next one is, I wish I knew about, and it sounds really silly to say it because I'm a florist, but I wish I knew about allergy medications, and I wish I stocked them up before I started getting very strange allergic reactions. Recently I have been using a lot of Youre, and what was the other one that I've been using? I forgot now what it is. Florists that I know, and like I've shared it on Instagram and in like Facebook groups that I'm part of. So many people and florists that have worked with eucalyptus for like years and years have all of a sudden got this really weird allergic reaction to it. It's so bizarre. Like, and I was literally in, like, I had hives all around my chest, my fingers were burning. Like, they burn anyway, but like more than what they usually do, and I thought that something isn't right here, and it was, yeah, it's eucalyptus. So stock up on them and antihistamines, I think they're called, allergy medication, just in case one day you've got like this really weird bizarre breakout. And it only happened to me like twice. It hasn't happened since, but I think it was because of the amount of eucalyptus and working with it like strictly for a long period of time. So that is another top tip. The next one is I wish I knew how emotional the job would be before starting, because you know it's going to be emotional anyway, because we're involved in most emotional like milestones in people's lives. So like baby showers, and then the birth of babies, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and then sadly funerals. But you don't really, you never, and I've said it before, you'll never get used to the emotion that the job brings. So that is one thing I wish I knew, and something that I still deal with every single day. Like it's never something you get over. It's never something you don't experience one wedding and forget it, or one funeral and forget how emotional it is. It's always on the move, and it's always emotional. And the final one for me would be I wish I knew, or something that I've like newly learned since becoming a florist, is how much I appreciate like Mother Nature and just nature genuinely. It's like, it's such a typical cliche, like, oh well, you're a florist, you're bound to love flowers, but you really appreciate when you work with flowers, you really appreciate the natural beauty, you appreciate the way they grow, you appreciate everything about it. And it is something I didn't know I would fall in love with, and I'm very glad that I am doing this, and I'm so lucky to be experiencing this and learning new things about flowers on a daily basis. So yeah, that was just a quick video of things I wish I knew before becoming a florist. I hope you liked it, and let me know what you want to see in the next one.